here we are over at my parents' house. I'm borrowing some space from their garage. I had to come over to work on my mom's Juke anyway. Had to replace some fog light bulbs, so we're very kindly trading some labor for space. Very good at finding space for free. However, what we're going to be working on today, axle back exhaust for Tony. Tony sounds great, don't get me wrong. I love the way that Tony sounds, but the exhaust just doesn't perform the way that it should. And the way it's designed really sounds mostly for sound and not performance. Abarth is known for being an exhaust company that originally started working on Fiats. That's how they got their start. But I just think that unfortunately, I like more noise. I like the turbo noises, I like it to be louder, I like it to burble a little more. So we're going to be working on changing out the axle back section of the exhaust on Tony, and I'll explain why we only went with an axle back. So first things first, let's go ahead and get our exhaust for Modern Performance all unboxed and see what we have. So in the box, we're going to have quite a few pipes, quite a few gaskets. Got one tailpipe, got another tailpipe. Actually, that is the mid pipe. And we've got the other tailpipe. This is in here good. There it is. Got the other tailpipe. Assortment of gaskets. Ooh, even comes with my wheel bolts that I ordered as well. Put those aside for now. Probably a shipping invoice. That'll be okay. Get that there. And we'll go ahead and get into what we have. So here we have our shiny new exhaust. This is the left side exhaust tip, the right side exhaust tip, and the new mid pipe that splits the two. Once I get the stock exhaust off of there, I will show you guys the difference. I am running out of camera battery, so I'm gonna have to plug it up in between takes. I might not be able to show you guys taking the exhaust off or putting it on, but I will definitely show you the result. That took a little too long. Longer than it should have. But here she is. Stock exhaust. She gotta go. Okay, so you could say that what I have here is the stock exhaust, which is old and busted, and the new exhaust, which is new hotness. The differences are this stock exhaust comes into a big T and just resonates and blows side to side. The exhaust here actually has a more flowing split and then a little more equal length tips, not much. As far as performance, it should perform better and it should sound a lot better too. And the reason why we got the axle back instead of everything else was only $400. It's not terrible. So we're gonna go ahead and get that installed and get some after shots.
2 hours later.
So, 3 hours and loads of cursing later, here's what we have. An exhaust that was terribly hard to put on for whatever reason I can't figure out. The part where it goes onto the tube that is from the car was not billowed out enough. It was a bitch getting it as far as I could on there, and I still don't think that's right. Their advertisement says a great sounding, better performing exhaust.
Sorry, it didn't say anything about great sounding, but it did say that it improves performance and it fits perfectly in your bumper openings.
It doesn't sound any different, at least initially. It pops a little more. It might have a little more turbo whistle to it when it winds down. I don't know, I'll have to drive it. But the other thing that I'm really disappointed in is the fitment on that tailpipe is pretty terrible. It's pointing pretty high up. Actually, both of them kind of are. I don't know. As far as the gap, you can see there's a decent gap there and hardly any gap over there. Now that could be down to the fact that the exhaust did not go down all the way onto the other tube because it wasn't expanded enough. But if that tube goes further down, that tip is only going to get closer. I really don't know what to think about this. This is the first exhaust that I've bought from this company. I was really hoping that it was going to sound awesome on startup. It was going to fit the way it was supposed to. It was going to go on easily because it's just axle back. I'm severely disappointed. There's things I'm going to have to fix on it. Again, I don't know if I didn't get it on there far enough, but I got it on as far as I could. I fought that for 2 hours just getting the tube mashed on there with a jack at the back end, pushing the tube down, a jack on the other exhaust tube, trying to press it in, hammering it while it's under all of that too. I dented up my exhaust trying to do that just to make that $400 axle back exhaust fit, and it doesn't really fit. I'm very disappointed. But maybe when I drive it, it'll sound better and I can live with it. I mean, it's on the car, it's not coming off now. It's on there. So I'll let you know how I feel about it after I drive it for a bit.
Admittedly, while I am here editing the video, I can hear more difference in the exhaust from stock to the new exhaust. I'm not trying to bash the kit, it's not the difference that I was expecting, but I just want to be honest that it does sound different to me now that I've got a different perspective on it.
I don't know, I just don't know what to think about it. Oh, and here's another thing. I got totally screwed. The exhaust comes with a U-clamp. I can't do this with one hand. The exhaust comes with a U-clamp to get the two tubes mixed together. Not upset by that. Totally get that, that's fine. It's got relief cuts in the tubing itself so that it supposedly can go on. Well, there's flanges on the other end of the exhaust that meet the tailpipe tips to the rest of the exhaust. So there's 2 exhaust gaskets and 4 bolts. Or at least there's supposed to be 4 bolts. They only gave me 2 bolts and 2 nuts for the rest of that exhaust. I seriously think that's what happened. Because I've checked everywhere. Every bag, every piece of plastic, every piece of paper, every area that I've been in. And there is absolutely nothing left on this floor. There are no bolts, no nuts lost anywhere. They're not in my pocket. They didn't just disappear. I really think they just didn't supply them. So I had to find something to mash that together. Now my stepdad has a whole bunch of fasteners, a ton of fasteners, but he does a ton of woodworking. So he's got screws, lag bolts. It took me probably 30 minutes just to find 2 nuts and bolts that are way too long, way too small as far as their diameter. And I'm so not happy about that. I'm so disappointed in this exhaust. I'm so let down. I really, really hope that there's going to be some kind of saving grace to this, because I could have gone with other options. Other options were more expensive. Other options seemed like they were better supported though, but they were more expensive. Now, the first time I actually went to buy this exhaust, it was discontinued. Imagine that. It was on back order. It was kind of when COVID started to hit. So I understand that. Sorry, I'm just washing my hands at the same time and trying to get this piece of schmutz. So I essentially waited I tried to order that in December of last year, and I finally committed to it because it was finally available when I thought to pay attention and look for it. 10 months later. 10 months I waited for this exhaust. Not that it was paid for, not that, they were holding the order. It was back ordered for a while. It was back ordered, I think, for 4 months at first. And then they said they had it. And then I ordered it, and they didn't have it. What they told me was their manufacturer couldn't get supply. Okay, it's fine. Cancel the order. I'll just get it when I'm ready, or I'll get something else. They also told me, oh, well, we also have another option that's not much more expensive. You could go with that. Well, the thing about that, it was a full cat back exhaust, from the cat all the way back. I think it even replaced the cat. That exhaust was $800. That's not just a bit much more. That's double the price. And the other problem with that is, from all of my research, and they even say this on their website, that when you replace the cat, the car is so fine-tuned to the cat that's on there and the back pressures that are there, that if you put the cat on, the car won't run right. Or if you put a bigger full exhaust on it, it won't run right. That's why I went with the axle back. I just wanted the noise. You can get noise out of the axle backs. I wasn't chasing performance on this. I wanted it to perform better if it could. And I thought I got a great deal for the money. But I feel really burned by it. I don't know, like I said, I'm going to give it a little while and see how I feel about it. But even so, I'm going to have some things to fix on the car. So that's my review on this exhaust so far. We'll see how it sounds while it drives.